Welcome to Model Cars. No, wait a minute, stop. Moss Models and Mistakes. This is Tom. Is this like what do Model Cars Sundays? Coffee and some models and coffee? Who knows? Anyway, this is me, and I'm here. So, just to update and do a few things like that. This is the chassis of the taxi. I got more than that. There's the rear end. I have the motor. And it's in here based on what I read. And I don't know if that's good or bad or what. This kind of ended up being my glue bomb. It's rather embarrassing, and it said in order to get rid of, I asked if alcohol would work, and I got kind of unanimous that on the internet that I could find, information. So I'm waiting for it patiently. But that's how that goes. I know what my problem was before. I've since fixed it. That'll be taken care of. Man, I'm learning an awful lot during here. Now, let's see. I don't know. Yeah, that's me. I was... this is the old one that melted a little bit, the old body. And I got it pretty clean, mostly clean. There's still some stuff on it, but I am trying to do is I got the paint. Of course, I'm ready. Off. I had a problem where this right here was all crinkly after I put some paint on top of. I thought, well, the primer. And I thought, well, that's primer, but it didn't go anywhere else. It was all this whole top, and it was all crinkly and solid, hard. No flaking or anything. It just looked like the bottom of a seabed or dry lake bed, and but really, really tight. Maybe more like a vinyl roof. But anyway, so I got that nice and smooth. I'm thrilled to death. So this is all set. I was just about to throw the primer back on it, and I'll put this over here. Hold on. Open up monkey. There you go. I was going to put the primer back on it, and then I thought I should update things here a little bit. These are the best gloves ever. Hold on. I've worn these, I don't know, 5-6 times working with my spray paint and all that stuff, so they're very easy to get on and off as long as you know which side you're. There we go, on and off. You go, oh, they're really kind of loose and stuff. They're not really. It does not get in the way. It's perfect, and they're tight. This is the brand. First choice, 6mm green nitrile gloves, industrial. First choice. A box, I don't know how long this is going to last. It's going to last a long time. Now this is size XXL, and I actually take size XXL. If these were the other ones, they'd be tight, and you'd be looking at, I don't know, as smooth as some of Tim Nolan's paint jobs, but I like it rough. No, don't put that anywhere. It's good because I can pick up a dime easily. If I ever get a hold of another one. So anyway, this stuff's really good, and I learned this one off of Frank's channel. He found these to be very useful, and boy, howdy are they. And this is going to last me a long time, and I'm very grateful for Frank to give that one up. I love it when people give you little tips that nobody else would know about, or maybe very few do. I was wondering how everybody's Friday the 13th went. Mine was unusual. So, I had to go to the mall. First off, I painted that taxi that you saw is now all nice and smooth and stuff. I had painted that in the morning. And then I went to Walmart to stock up on groceries. We've had the grandkids here for a week, and we hadn't gone shopping for really a couple weeks, so we were down to bare minimum. So I had to do significant shopping, and so I did all of that. I went through and did my self checkout, and I had a huge cart full of stuff all bagged up. And I went to go out, past the lady who does her checker thing, and she was working with somebody else, but she stopped, and she said, "Do you have a receipt?" And I said, "No, it didn't give me one." Wrong answer. I said, "I don't know. I didn't see the option. I don't have a receipt. I can tell you all this stuff is going to cost $254 if you wanted to charge me again. But yeah, this is mine." And then I made a mistake, and then an assistant manager came up. I'm standing right in the middle where everybody walks in and out of my cart. And so this little huddle of people are walking around. And so I said, "Well, I did it. I bought it. It's mine." And they decided they were going to have to check the register to see if I had gone through there. They checked the register. They had somebody else check the register. I don't know how many people, not only the register, but some main computer or something or other for my receipt checkout, and they couldn't find one. By that time, my back was killing me. So right there, I just plopped down on the floor, just sat down. And they're like, "You all right?" And I said, "My back is killing me. I've been standing here forever." And "Oh, do you want one of those? One of those little carts you run around the store with?" I think they're not necessary for other people. But right then, I was just being passively aggressive. I don't want a chair. I don't want anything to sit on. I want to sit right on the floor, right in the middle of everybody walking by, so they can see what a loser I am. So anyway, it took. I had a nice rest. I think it was about a half an hour on the floor. Maybe not that long, but it was quite a while. Anyway, because they couldn't find anything, and they didn't know what they were going to do with me, and I was like, son of a... I was kind of getting heated, so I called... I'm not very good on my banking stuff on my phone. Usually it just doesn't check. We don't see eye to eye, so I can't get in. But I called Becky, and she... Once I explained what was going on, first she was really pissed, but I said, "I just need a copy of our account showing the money coming out." So I did. She sent it to me. She took pictures and sent it to me, screenshot, and I held it up to them and said, "This is it." They took my phone and they looked at it and scrutinized it carefully, and then handed it to me and said, "Okay, you can go now." That's it. That's what I got. So I got home, and Becky was pissed off. I hadn't said nothing. She knew what was going on. But so I go home and she said, "Don't you realize you were profiled? They saw how you looked and they decided you couldn't afford that many groceries." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I had jeans and I had a new T-shirt, but it was from physical therapy. I had her hip replaced. And they gave me a T-shirt because I was successful, because I could walk out the door, I guess. But it was awful. It was like a light green and just looked like it had just been mud thrown at it, and it was like little stuff, so it really looked like the shirt was dirty. When they handed it to me, I said, "This looks dirty." Anyway, and I didn't want to wear it, but I didn't have anything else to put on, and I just was going to the store. So it was long hair, beard, dirty T-shirt, supposedly, jeans. No, he can't afford that. So we're no longer going to Walmart. I have many prescriptions, and everything is being transferred tomorrow, and we shall never darken their door again. And she's adamant about that. Yes, she is unanimous in that. So that was my, I think there was something else that happened on the other end, but I don't remember. I just know that was my Friday the 13th. It's like, holy cow, man. But, you got to laugh at it. I mean, I'd never been profiled before. But, well, to tell you the honest truth, my long hair and beard are not usual. They are my cousin, who I had known all my life, obviously. He was in the Marines, I was in the Marines, and not at the same time. And every time I needed somebody or some kind of support, he would kind of show up. And I mean, in between years and years. And I could tell you more, but I don't know how. I don't want to bore everybody about that part. But anyway, he was always there. And I always thanked him and everything, but I never really gave much thought to him. And then I saw an obituary. Well, my hair was always short. Sometimes I shaved it. But I saw an obituary, and it was him. And he had passed away. Obviously, I couldn't go to the funeral. He's in Vermont, and I'm in Montana. But it was sad, and I started thinking about all the times he had helped me, and how I never really thought about when I was saying thank you or anything like that, And he was always about family. And he did not have a good family life, but he was family. And that's why he was there. I'm family. You're family. We're doing this. So, anyway, I saw the last picture of him. He had really long hair and a big beard. So since I never thought of him as much as I should have, I'm going to grow my hair and my beard. I'm just going to let him grow. And I'll think of him every day. When I look in a mirror, I'll know that that's for him. And sounds stupid, but that's the way I am. So now my hair is going to be very long, because it ain't going to get cut for a very long time, and it's going to stay long. And my beard. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I'm very excited about things. I do want to give shout outs. There you go. Let me get up. There. Can I get it? Can I get it in tight? Let's see. How can I do this? Oh, you. Up that way. Where are you? Where are you? I can't find you. Oh, duh. Right in front of me, and everybody's telling me that too. Shaggy's AWWSM Garage. And that's anything with wheels, scale, model. Anything with wheels, scale, model, garage. That's Shaggy. You look at that stuff he's doing. I want that bike. I want to get that bike. I think they come in a 1/8 scale, 1/6 scale or something. That bicycle, that's my bicycle. So I'll just paint it burnt umber, like it my old bike was, and that's it. Except I can't put the gears on. I didn't have gears. Mine was a single speed. But man, I love that bike. I had it for like 6 years. I wasn't very tall. Well, I was like 5'8", but anyway, don't worry about that. Let's see, what do we got? That's Shaggy. Anyway, if you look at his models, if you just, his attitude, his friendly smile, and he just always has the right thing to say. It's one of those channels that you just put on, and if you can get it so it'll just, one after another, his stuff. You just listen to it and look up. It's just nice to have his company. Have some coffee, sit and watch. Very nice. Hot Rod's Model Shop is the same way. I learned things from both. I learned things from everybody. But, those two are pretty darn laid back, and I really like both of them. And they're very supportive. Extremely supportive. I only hope I can be that supportive. We got Box Stock Garage from Tim Carlson, and I just want to go through them now. We got Jeff Lawless, the bearded guy. He's right there. Whoops, I was like, you're here. Okay. Jeff Lawless, the bearded guy, sitting next to Jesus. Oh, look at that. Well, one of the minions fell. He was on the other bottle of that. Battleborn Hobbies. If you don't know him, you should. That's Big Al. And the last video I've seen of his, which was just the other day, he was showing a huge stash. And he was kind of indicating that, if you wanted to, if you're interested in anything, you should let him know. And I will tell you that I've only seen a partial price list. I don't know if he has a complete one, but what I would do is I would go there and subscribe to him, period. Because I bought 2 models from him. I got a good deal. He won't screw you over. I got a good deal, and he was, honest on the shipping. The guy's honest as the day is long, so in the summertime, not in the winter, because sometimes that's really short. But that's what I would do. You want to go find something out there on the internet with the prices going up and everything. That's really wonderful. But once you see what you want, come see Big Al and see if he's got what you want. Because if he's got what you want, and if you look at that video, look it up. I'll try to learn how to put a link in the video. But if you look him up and go look at that one video that he has, and you'll just, my mouth dropped open, and then I saw a whole crap load of my want. So, but anyway, yeah, put him as one of your shopping places. Check everybody's prices, then check his. Check his price, then check everybody else's. But if you find a price and you think it's a better deal than you're getting here, then tell him. Let him check it out. But anyway, Big Al, you can't go wrong. If you don't subscribe to him, that's just silly. It's like not subscribing to Hobby Link, or silly not to subscribe to MCW products too. But anyway, that's that shout out. I did want to say hello to Hobby Dude 007. If you don't know him, then you don't know models, and you have never seen one of his videos. All his videos are great, whether he's out on the checking out shows and giving you good stuff there, or He's showing you how to do something. And boy, is he meticulous. Son of a gun. I think if you can't do it right, don't do it at all, because he does it right. Anyway, wonderful, wonderful. This is all this stuff. I got to get back some lights back in here. Man, I think I got everybody that I got. I might be waiting for some cards, but that's nice. Anyway, that's the scoop from here, and I just wanted you to know that I appreciate everybody. And I think maybe I can swing it around and be totally ugly. Where's my head? Whoa, man. Holy cow. Well, hello. How are you? I've been here for a long time, but on the other side of, whatever I'm doing. So, anyway, goodbye. Thanks. Have a nice day. I hope you like it, and I hope you subscribe. Bye.